What's going on YouTube? It's Dom, aka KT2, and I'm coming back to you guys again for another video. So this video is about like how I got through 2 investigations in the Army. Okay. And I want to make this video because I think that there are probably other people that are going through investigations that are probably like, think they're alone, right? But I tell you right now, man, you're not alone. And I don't think people understand how common investigations are. I think somebody told me it's almost like a rite of passage for a commander. Like everybody goes through some type of investigations, and you're not alone, right? I tell you that right now, you're not alone. And that's literally what legal told me. They literally told you, yeah, dude, you're just going through a rite of passage. Every captain, every commander goes through some type of investigation. I was like, oh, okay. It's your first, but it probably won't be your last. And I was like, okay, I guess it made me feel a little bit better, but still, you know, when you're actually going through, whether that be a DUI, whether that be a SHARB, an EO case, like no matter what it is, it's still troubling. I think even for people that's going through their fifth or their sixth investigation, I still imagine that it takes a toll on you because it's a mental thing, right? It's something else that's on your brain that you don't want to have to deal with, right? Especially when it comes out of nowhere. It comes out of nowhere. You're just like, why is this here? Like you don't want to deal with it. Like you just want to focus on your job. So again, I want to talk about, you know, this is me going through 2 investigations, right? Like you guys know, like I'm a captain in the Army. So this was under a period where I had just lost a command. Right, I had just lost a command. I interviewed for a command, and I was number 1 out of 26. 1 out of 26 captains to interview for this FSC, and I was going to the FSC, and then lost the FSC. And you know, going through like why I lost my first command, why I lost my second command. I think those would be very interesting videos. So I'll save that for another time. I will definitely say that for another time. So. I was under investigation twice, right? One, because I owed the Army a considerable amount of money, right? Considerable, right? Probably more than you guys could think of, right? Probably the number you're thinking of right now, probably like 10 or 20 times higher than that, right? But I wasn't the main suspect in that investigation. Still, you're kind of an accomplice. And then the second investigation was, you know, somebody made a claim about me, claimed that I did something, right? And obviously, you know, both of the investigations are done. They're over. This happened last year. I'm just getting around now to shooting the videos, but everything is baseless. Everything's unfounded. Like, obviously, right? And you guys want to know, like, how I got through the investigations. Well, I will tell you this, right? The first thing I was doing, like probably any other perfectionist or any other high achiever, any other person does, they start to beat the shit out of themselves, man. I beat the shit out of myself, man. Like I was so like, I was just pissed. Like I was upset, because you have to take accountability for what happened. You have to take accountability. You have to understand that, you know, like even if you did nothing wrong, there's still something that you could have improved, right? There's some little small thing that you could have done different. You could have just moved a little different, talked a little different, and you could have made the same mistake again and again and again. And so, like, you need to take lessons from the things that kind of happened to you. So I'll say that, right? First thing I did was try to take accountability. Second thing is I was praying a lot. A lot of people are not religious. I understand a lot of people are not religious, but boy, was I the most religious man in the world. I took my lunch break praying, morning praying, night praying. I pray for strength because I did not have it in me, guys. Because at this time, I was going through the worst time of my life, right? Like, lost 2 commands. Well, yeah, at that time, I'd officially lost 2 commands. My mentor was not talking to me anymore because of one of the investigations. Now, whether or not that's right or wrong, it's neither here nor there. I don't need closure from him. I'm sure that, because I'm pretty sure you guys will probably bring this up. So that's why I'm explaining it, because I'm pretty sure you guys will bring this up. Why didn't I ask for closure? Why didn't I hit him up? Like, it's okay, because I'm sure he has a good reason. and because he's a very smart guy, he's not evil. So I'm sure there was a reason he did that, and I don't blame him at all, because I'm sure it was a good reason. And I mean that with no sarcasm, absolutely no sarcasm. I'm sure. So I'm sure that's what happened. Yeah, so, and at the same time, I found out my girlfriend was cheating on me, right? The person I sleep next to every single night, I trust with everything. I was going through everything with, when I was going through the toughest time in my life, investigations, losing commands. I was telling her about like my relationship. I felt like my mom and my brother, which are the two closest people to me in my world, those guys are both of those people are my world. I felt like they weren't talking to me about certain things. So actually, like, I wanted to make sure I could get through this on my own, right? I wanted to make sure I could get through this investigation, like this, just time in my life on my own, because I felt like they weren't including me in things because I was having such a rough time in my life. So I just said, you know what? Whether this was wrong or right, I said, you know what? I'm just going to do this thing myself. I'm not going to include my family. Whether it was wrong or right, I don't know. But yeah, like family, my mentor left me. My girlfriend cheated on me because I think she saw that I was getting weak. I was getting weakened by the investigation. Like every day was just taking a toll on me. So at the end of the month, like I found out she was cheating on me, which is crazy. I don't know how you leave somebody when they need you the most, which is tough. But that was actually the easiest part about that month. There's so many things that happen, right? But, you know, take accountability for the investigations, right? Realize that you're not alone. And I don't know if I said this in this take of the video, but legal also told me, like, look, if you're a captain, if you're any type of commander, this isn't your first and it's not your last investigation, right? It's not your first, it's not your last. So take it with stride. That's what they were like. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, it didn't help. It helped a little bit, but like, you know, still going through that investigation, right? It's just not something you want to go through. Investigations are not something you want to go through, right? But everybody goes through an investigation, and I think we kind of have this thing where you look at somebody. I forgot what it's called, but when you look at somebody else and it looks like their life is perfect, like they have no issues, that's not true. Like that's not true. A lot of people are fighting battles that they don't talk about. Right? And believe it or not, a lot of people are really fighting battles that they do not talk about. And all you see is them come to work and be happy and then go home, right? So yeah, that is life, man. That is life. You just have to take accountability. You have to understand what's going on. Realize you're not the only person alone. I prayed an awful lot. Take it step by step by step by step by step by step. That's what you have to do, right? You really have to take it step by step, and you have to stop beating yourself up. Now, if I didn't already say that, you have to stop beating yourself up, because that will kill you. That will kill you. Beating yourself up will kill you. You have to let it go. So that is it, guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys can be up on Snapchat at KLOP95 or Instagram at KIDTHNER2. And like I always like to say at the end of all my videos, live the same year 75, 80, 85, 90 times and try and call it life. My name is Dom, aka KT2, and I'm out of here, guys.